Youngkin campaigned on bringing education back to the parents and away from these lunatics, and he joins me now. So, Governor, this is like whack-a-mole. You think you got him one district, it pops up in another district, another state. How have you been doing so far with kind of uprooting these crazy situations out of these public school systems in Virginia so far?
Well, first of all, Jesse, thank you for having me with you. It's so much fun to be with you. And of course, what we saw back in November was a clear statement from parents that they wanted change. And I made a clear statement that parents matter. And starting on day one, we went to work to re-empower parents in the lives of their children. We empowered parents to decide whether their kids wear masks or not. We've empowered parents to decide whether sexually explicit materials should be in the classroom that their children's in, or they could choose for a different set of instruction materials. We, in fact, have recognized that this learning loss, this severe penalty that was felt by kids across the Commonwealth of Virginia, but also across the nation, for the shutdown in schools is translated into kids that are so far behind. Today, 42% of Virginia second graders aren't reading at level, and we won't get them there without massive intervention. And so we passed our Virginia Literacy Act to transform the way that we are teaching K through third graders how to read. And how about this? We're using reading coaches, and we're teaching them about the science of reading. And all teachers will actually use the same curriculum. This is nothing that we can nibble around the edges. We have to run straight down the middle and recognize that we've seen a failure in public school systems to teach our children the basics, how to read, how to do math, how to do science. And so we're taking it on head on in Virginia. Tomorrow, we in fact will be releasing our first massive education report. And unfortunately, it shows that Virginia's kids have fallen behind. Extended school closings, lowering standards, and a huge honesty gap. The gap between what state standard tests and what national standard tests show as proficiency demonstrates that there's been a blind eye turned towards proficiency and excellence. And so we're changing that starting tomorrow.
That's good to hear.
We're going to reestablish excellence in our schools, and we are going to make sure Virginia's kids are ready for college or a career.
Good. I mean, this was common sense. You don't smother a kid with a mask and send him into a computer in his dark basement for 2 years. But I guess a lot of these experts have no common sense. Something that's going to be a challenge for you and many other governors is going to be what's going to break in June. The Biden administration is now warning about political violence. Because of this leak, it's coming. You're going to have a Roe decision in June. And the Department of Homeland Security said there's going to be people in the streets. There's going to be radical protests. There could be violence. They expect violence. How are you prepared as the governor of Virginia to deal with that? You've already seen what's going on against the Supreme Court justices in your state.
Well, to begin, Jesse, this leak was done to cause chaos, and it was done in order to stoke picketing and parades in order to try to influence justices. And oh, by the way, that's why Governor Hogan and I have absolutely demanded that Attorney General Garland enforce the federal statute, which is to put people in jail for parading and picketing in front of the justices' homes.
I don't think he's going to do that, though. Do you think Garland's going to step up and do that?
I will tell you, I don't think he will, and he absolutely should. It's clear in the statute that that's illegal, and he should enforce it.
So what are we going to do?
We have substantial assets in our state police, and we, in fact, are poised ready to make sure that there's no violence at our justices' homes, that the justices are safe, their neighbors are safe, and the demonstrators need to be safe.
All right, good.
The reality is, as we head into this final decision, we in Virginia are preparing to make sure that, yes, people are allowed to exercise their First Amendment right. I actually uphold the Constitution on the day that I was sworn in, so help me God. And we will protect people's rights to exercise their First Amendment rights. But we will not allow violence. We will not allow looting.
Good.
And we will make sure that the law is upheld.
All right, and so there's going to be a new task force focused on crime in your state. You know, once it gets hot, Governor, that's when the guns come out in a lot of these precincts. What's the plan?
Well, we're at a 20-year high in murder rate in Virginia. I inherited it. And we, in fact, are seeing local police overwhelmed. Of course, they've been through a period of depletion of resources and demeaning of their officers, and it's the hardest job in America. And so we brought together a violent crime task force. We are working across the Commonwealth with local leaders, with police chiefs, with sheriffs, with mayors, with church leaders, with community leaders to bring federal resources, state resources, and local resources to bear on this terrible increase in violence. The reality is we have to have more resources. We've got to patrol the streets. We've got to arrest people, prosecute them, and put them in jail. And the reality is turning a blind eye to crime is a way to escalate it, not diminish it.
All right. Well, there's going to be a lot of action in the state of Virginia this summer. I'm glad we're all getting prepared. Thank you very much, Governor Youngkin, for joining Primetime.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.